Hello and welcome into week 4 of All 12 Courtside. Our regular host from Kansas City covering Patrick Mahomes in some football game in Miami. I'm not quite sure.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. So a couple of guys from Pat's old college stomping grounds going to fill in, come off the bench, if you will, this week. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Collier.
And I'm Eric Kelly. We're the Matt Moores of this situation. We're here, though, still as usual, to take you on a tour with some help from our friends of what happened in the old Big 12 basketball conference this past week. And coming up, Baylor keeps its spot atop the conference. Texas Tech gets revenge against the Mountaineers. Lon Kruger's old stomping grounds continue to be a nightmare for his Sooners. Texas ends a skid in the Oklahoma State Cowboys, continuing to shoot blanks.
It's going to be a long season for them, but we start things off with the top of the standings and the top of the country for that matter. Top-ranked Baylor remaining unbeaten in conference play.
Yeah, KWKT's Matt Roberts has more on Scott Drew's Bears from Waco.
Yeah, thanks, guys. The Bears improving to 7-0 in Big 12 play with a 67-53 win over Iowa State at Hilton Coliseum. Just the 5th win in 35 meetings by the road team in this series. This is Baylor's best start to conference play since 1958, back when they were members of the Southwest Conference. Additionally, they now join Kansas as the only Big 12 team that is unbeaten on the road in Big 12 play this year. The Bears continue to excel in hostile environments.
Our team knows how tough it is to play here, and what great fans and fan support Iowa State has, and offensively, when transition and threes are falling, it's not a good environment to be in as a visiting team. And really credit our guys for doing a good job trying to make things as difficult as possible.
It's no accident as to why the Bears are so good in tight games, especially on the road.
I think there's a lot of reasons, like basketball reasons, but for me, just from what I've seen, I think the biggest thing is probably chemistry. I think the coaching staff did a great job of bringing together high character guys that share similar values with good work ethic, and I think you're just seeing hours and hours in the gym coming out to play on the big stage.
Baylor will now turn their attention to the TCU Horned Frogs, who invade Waco on Saturday afternoon at the Farrell Center. That's the latest from Waco on the top-ranked Baylor Bears. David, Eric, back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Meanwhile, the Kansas Jayhawks keeping pace with the Bears. Bill Self's squad remaining one game back in the Big 12 standings.
Yeah, Harold Kuntz has more on the Jayhawks from Kansas City.
After what is being billed as the Sunflower Smackdown, KU had to go without 2 of their 3 big men into rotation. Silvio De Sousa out for 12 games, but more importantly, David McCormick was out for 2 as they faced 2 teams with orange as their primary color. But it was still like clockwork for the Jayhawks in 2 wins. Now, the win over Tennessee marked 300 consecutive sellouts at Allen Fieldhouse, and early they had to monitor Udoka Azubuike's foul situation, but Doak was able to score 18 points in front of former Vols quarterback Peyton Manning. Devin Dotson showed better movement after being bothered by a hip injury and led with 22 points. KU went on to win 74-68.
How much fun was today for you?
It was fun. We needed to stop, so I was glad I was able to to get that stop, and I just kind of like wanted to pump this team up.
I'm tired. I'm tired, and at least right now I'll be fine tomorrow. But the whole thing is, if I am, they probably are too, and so getting out of here with the W was probably just what we needed.
Short turnaround for the Jayhawks. Game against Oklahoma State featuring many players paying their respects to Kobe Bryant, along with the Remember the 10 as Bill Self played his alma mater. Jayhawks got out big early. Cowboys came back, and then KU ran away in the second half en route to a 65-50 win. Now, the lead scorer was the local kid from Burlington, Kansas. That's Christian Brown, after not reaching double digits in only one of the first 17 games of the season. Brown has put up 2 career highs in his last 3, 20 points against Kansas State and 16 against Oklahoma State. He's also played in over 25 minutes in 4 of the last 5 games. KU at home for the next 2. It starts off with Texas Tech visiting KU on Saturday. They have another stretch of 2 games in 3 days. They face Texas on Monday. That's the story here in KC. Now back to Lubbock.
All right, thank you very much, Harold. Meanwhile, after 2 blowout wins last week, West Virginia suffering a setback in an important road game right here in Lubbock Wednesday night against Texas Tech. Nick Farrell takes a closer look at the Mountaineers.
Before this week's trip to Texas Tech, WVU coach Bob Huggins summed up the significance of the game. If the Mountaineers could go to Lubbock and take down last year's national finalist, they'd prove they're among college basketball's elite. But that didn't happen. Instead, the Mountaineers fell to the Red Raiders 89-81. It's their third loss in Big 12 play, putting them farther behind Baylor and Kansas at the top of the standings. It was another uncharacteristic performance by WVU on the road, giving up 89 points to Tech and committing 3 costly technical fouls. The Mountaineers were also out-rebounded. Simply speaking, West Virginia has struggled away from home this season. It's 13-0 at home or on neutral courts, but just 3-4 in road games.
We didn't respond the way that I would like for our guys to respond to the game. We should have responded a whole lot better. They beat us to every loose ball. They kicked our butts on the glass, and that should never ever happen with those guys that we have.
The Mountaineers also suffered a road loss at Kansas State on January 18th. They'll get another stab at those Wildcats coming up this Saturday at the WVU Coliseum. For now, that's the latest on the Mountaineers. For All12 Courtside, I'm Nick Farrell in Morgantown.
Thanks, Nick. Meanwhile, a tough few games for Jamie Dixon's TCU Horned Frogs. First, they fall to Arkansas on Saturday in the Big 12 SEC Challenge. Then come up short against Texas and Fort Worth, losing on a game winner after 2 threes. Tied it up at 59-59 late. Horned Frogs falling by that single point, though, to the Longhorns at home in an off game, really, for leading scorer Desmond Bain, only 12 points as he takes just 8 shots total, only 2 for 6 from beyond the arc, including a late shot where they had a chance to win. Also then had another shot to win before an R.J. Nembhard turnover. TCU falling to 13-7 on the season. Next up for Jamie Dixon and company is #1 Baylor on the road.
Yeah, that loss for the Red Raiders against the Horned Frogs just that much more hard to believe. So the Red Raiders go from losing that game, tripping up against the Horned Frogs, trying to bounce back against one of college basketball blue bloods in Kentucky. Red Raiders came up just short in that one, falling by 2 points in overtime, almost pulling off the upset despite shooting just 3 for 19 from 3. Didn't get any easier either with 12th ranked West Virginia visiting on Wednesday, but the shots actually falling against the Mountaineers. Tech matched the season high with 11 threes. Jamias Ramsey with 5 of them. The freshman shedding that face mask for the first time in his career after scoring a career-low 6 points against Kentucky. Finished with 21 against the Mountaineers. He was one of 3 Red Raiders with more than 20. Davide Moretti had 25. Terrence Shannon added 23, both career highs. Maybe the biggest surprise, though, the Red Raiders out-rebounding the league's top rebounding team in the 89-81 win.
Obviously a hard-fought win. It was everything we expected from West Virginia. You know, one of the most physical teams in college basketball. So above all, I thought our guys responded. We didn't win all the battles within the game, but we won our share. Obviously, three-point shooting was on our side tonight. And but I think, you know, to out-rebound West Virginia is probably the biggest stat of the game for us because it showed how we were competing and kind of team gang rebounding.
Now rebounding West Virginia, hoping for some more good news after that win yesterday. Tonight, but not getting it. UNLV transfer Joel Ntambwe announcing on Twitter this evening his final appeal for eligibility was denied by the NCAA, so we'll have to wait until next year to see him play for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, so just one less player on that trip to Kansas on Saturday. And then after that, the Red Raiders return home to host Oklahoma on Tuesday. Sooners coming off mixed results this week in a win against Mississippi State in the Big 12 SEC Challenge, then falling once again to Lon Kruger's alma mater on the road. Brian Brinkley has more on the Sooners from OKC.
Oklahoma had an interesting week without a game at the Lloyd Noble Center and a visit to head coach Lon Kruger's alma mater. The Sooners were at Chesapeake Arena in Oklahoma City on Saturday for the Big 12 SEC Challenge against Mississippi State. Brady Manick led the Sooners with 18 points, including a pair of key baskets late. And OU survived a last-second shot by the Bulldogs to win by 1, 63-62. And the pride of upholding the Big 12 reputation was part of the Sooners' motivation.
There is, absolutely. You know, it's not something you talk about a lot, but the guys, you know, a lot of build up to it, a lot of exposure for the challenge part of it. So guys have that on their minds all the time. So yeah, it's little extra motivating.
On Wednesday night in Manhattan, Lon Kruger was back at his alma mater to face Kansas State, and the Sooners were hoping to stop a 7-game losing streak at Bramlage Coliseum. Austin Reeves was one of just 2 OU players in double figures with 12 points, getting the 3 there. The Sooners, though, matched a season high with 19 turnovers while shooting just 35% from the field. K-State won 61-53 for their 8th straight win at home over Oklahoma.
Yeah, certainly disappointing on our part. I thought K-State outplayed us in every way. They were much more ready to play and established a little bit of a margin early and really played with it most of the night. So we've got to do a lot of things better. I thought K-State guys battled like crazy and did things that we didn't respond very well to. So we've got to do a lot better.
The Sooners are back at home this Saturday for the first round of Bedlam against Oklahoma State and then visit Texas Tech on Tuesday night in Lubbock. For All12 Courtside, I'm Brian Brinkley in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, on the other side of the Red River, Texas putting a pair of unwanted streaks to an end last night in Fort Worth. Roger Wallace from KXAN checks in from Austin with more on the Longhorns.
Well, hello from Austin. The Texas Longhorns came back home after that disaster in Morgantown for the Big 12 SEC Challenge. Taking on LSU, Will Wade, the LSU coach, a former Shaka Smart assistant at VCU. He replaced Shaka Smart at VCU as their head coach, and in some ways it might have been more painful. Texas down by as many as 16 in the second half. They come all the way back to take the lead inside of 5 minutes to go, but could not get over the hump. Longhorns make it 3 straight losses as they fall to LSU 69-67.
They played with their hair on fire later in the game, but they didn't. We didn't start the game that way, and I think it's a combination of. Look, you want to respect the opponent. You certainly know what the opponent can do, but you also have to have a mindset of, I'm just as good, if not better, than this guy.
And they did. Longhorns go to TCU and beat the Horned Frogs 62-61. Jace Febres with 15 points, 5 threes, including a big one to break up a 59-all tie. Longhorns win in Fort Worth for the first time under Shaka Smart and snap a 3-game regular season skid to the Horned Frogs. They're back in action Saturday against Iowa State at home. And that's the story in Austin. Back to you in Lubbock.
Thank you. Now, we mentioned a loss earlier for Lon Kruger, whose alma mater, so Kansas State with a much-needed win after falling in a close one this past weekend in Tuscaloosa. KSNT's Sully Engels joins us with more.
For the Kansas State Wildcats, they'll take any win they can right now, and their second one of the conference season last night against Oklahoma has to boost their confidence as they hit the road Saturday to take on the only other team they've beaten conference play, the number 12 ranked West Virginia Mountaineers. It was a balanced scoring attack and more of the same from the Cats defense that guided them to a 61-53 win over the Sooners. Holding OU to 35% from the field was part of the good defense and part of the bad outing from OU, but the Cats will need more of the same Saturday to pick up a win away from Manhattan against a top 15 team.
It's a special effort, there's no doubt. It's not like, I don't know if we caught them off guard the first time or we just did what we were supposed to. We had a great game plan. We fought them from the beginning. We had lots of deflections. We had made it tough for them to get in their offense. It helped, obviously. Oscar, I think, had 2 fouls first half. We had the big run. Dejuan was special. Tonight Mike was special. And, if you probably need somebody to step up, maybe 2 guys on the road step up and really make some special plays to give you a chance.
A special effort is right. The Cats haven't won on the road since November. That's last decade for those of you keeping track. And it's not going to be an easy one Saturday against a top 15 team in Morgantown. From Manhattan, Sully Engels, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you very much, Sully. Iowa State, meanwhile, had a tough start to Big 12 play and didn't get any easier Wednesday against top-ranked Baylor. Mark Freund has more from Ames.
Wednesday's game between Iowa State and Baylor at Hilton Coliseum looked a lot like the game these two teams played in Waco just 2 weeks ago. Iowa State hung tough in the first half, but then Baylor took it to them in the second half. The Cyclones' toughness again called into question as ISU gives up 14 offensive rebounds and 44 points in the paint in a 67-53 loss.
The second half was really bad. If you don't rebound against them and you give them multiple opportunities, they're the best team in the country. So, eventually they're going to hit one of them. Not a recipe for success at all if you're not scoring and not getting stops.
It just get tougher.
we really lost the game on the glass, and that's really what hurt us a lot. You know, just rebounding, and then, you know, just keep staying the course, but we got to rebound as a unit.
I can beat myself over all the time, you know, and that's my nature, but we got to make tough plays. And we got bunnies, man. We got to get and ones, you know. We got to draw a charge, you know. And I got to just do a better job from a standpoint of that's my job to get them there.
This Iowa State team looks like a dejected bunch. Now 2-5 in the Big 12 with back-to-back road games at Texas and West Virginia coming up next. That's all from Hilton Coliseum, where Baylor beats Iowa State 67-53. For All12 Courtside, I'm Mark Freund.
Thanks, Mark. Meanwhile, a good week, bad week for Oklahoma State. Finally able to find the win column this past week, just not, though, in conference play. Then return to the Big 12. Struggles on Monday. We'll go back to Brian Brinkley once again from Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma State ended one losing streak this week, but another one continued for the Cowboys. OSU ended their 6-game losing streak with an impressive win at Texas A&M in the Big 12 SEC Challenge on Saturday in College Station. Isaac Likely led 5 Cowboys in double figure scoring with 13 points, and OSU shot over 50% for just the second time this season on their way to a 73-62 win over the Aggies.
Hell of a win. Hell of a win, guys. We talk about it all the time, all right? What you can control. That was a team win right there. That was a team win. We had 22 assists on 27 made baskets. Called moving the basketball, right? Letting the ball find the open man. All right? The key to it is build on it. Flush it, learn, flush it, move on, get ready for the next one. All right? Now conference season is officially over.
OSU's Big 12 struggles continued 2 days later as Kansas came to town on the 19th anniversary of the plane crash that killed 10 men associated with the Cowboys program. OSU went on a 15-0 run in the first half and trailed by just 5 at halftime, but the Jayhawks were too much in the second half and went on to beat the Cowboys 65-50. OSU is 0-7 to start conference play for the first time since 1972.
Like, there's no time to feel sorry for yourself or hope that, you know, people, you know, you've been through a lot. It's enough of that, you know. I don't want any sympathy. I don't expect any. We should be criticized. Our fans deserve better. They deserve a program that can continue to improve during the season. No excuses. We got a job to do. We'll keep recruiting and getting good players and trying to put our kids in a position to be successful.
Oklahoma State will try to end their Big 12 drought on Saturday when they visit Oklahoma for the first round of Bedlam. And OSU is back home on Wednesday to host TCU. For All12 Courtside, I'm Brian Brinkley in Oklahoma City.
Thanks again, Brian. Okay, so here's how things stand after 7 games in the Big 12. Baylor sitting atop the standings, but just 1 game up from Kansas. After that, you got 3 teams tied for 3rd, West Virginia, TCU, Texas Tech, 2 games behind the Jayhawks. Then Oklahoma and Texas, fitting that the Red River rivalry, tied for 6th at 3-4. Then Iowa State and Kansas State at 2-5. And finally, Oklahoma State rounds out the standings. Cowboys just fighting to get a win at this point. It's tough in Stillwater right now.
I know. The Pokes just need Texas A&M to come back in the conference since they were able to get the win over the Aggies in the Big 12 SEC Challenge, as you mentioned earlier. But now, you know, that's in the rearview mirror, right? We're focusing solely on conference play. Let's check out the action that is coming up on Saturday. The day starts with a couple of 1 o'clock tips at Central Time. Texas hosts the Iowa State team that just happy to not be playing a ranked team. 4 of their last 5 coming against top 25 teams. All 4 of those losses. Also tipping at the same time in Morgantown, 12th ranked West Virginia tries to bounce back from Wednesday's loss here in Lubbock, with a Kansas State team that beat them earlier this month in Manhattan. 2 o'clock, you mentioned it, Bedlam in Norman. Actually, you were talking about the Red River rivalry. Either way, orange, you don't like it if you're an OU fan, right? All right, folks, can you get that first win against the Sooners? 2 more games at 3 o'clock. Top-ranked Baylor hosts TCU, and maybe the marquee game on the slate, that we might be a little biased, in KC and here in Lubbock. Chris Beard and company visit 3rd-ranked Kansas.
Yeah, Tech trying to go and do something that's very hard to do. Win in Lawrence. It'll only be the 2nd time in school history, but I guess the good thing is when you look at it, Chris Beard got it the last time. They went in an even-numbered year. So 2018 went in 1, now 2020.
As much as they've lost there, they're due, right? We'll just say it that way.
Yeah, they're due. 2 and 3 years isn't bad. Okay, that's it for All 12 Courtside. I'm Eric Kelly.
And I'm David Collier. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you We might not see you here next week unless, of course, there's some big parade in
We
Kansas
will be
City.
existence and breathing next week.
But this show will be right here next week. Make sure to join us. Thanks for watching.